Wisdom, the final frontier to true knowledge. Welcome to Wisdom Trek, where our mission is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. Hello, my friend. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your captain on our journey to increase wisdom and create a living legacy. Thank you for joining us today as we explore wisdom on our second millennium of podcast. This is day 1228 of our trek and time for our Philosophy Friday series. Each Friday we will ponder some of the basic truths and mysteries of life and how they can impact us in creating our living legacy. As we continue on this trek that we call life, sometimes we have questions about life, so our Friday trek is a time where we can Ask Gramps. Gramps will answer the questions you would like to ask your dad or granddad, but for whatever reason, it is not possible. No matter how old we are, I know that all of us would like the opportunity to ask Dad or Gramps questions about life in many areas. We will try to mix it up a bit on our Friday episodes, but we'll strive to keep them down to earth and enjoyable. If you have any questions that you would like to ask Gramps, email them to guthrie@wisdom-trek.com. So the question for this week is, hey Gramps, with so much contention in the world today, especially around the political spectrum, how can I live in such a way that sets me apart from the vicious attacks and noise that seem to permeate so many people's lives? So our wisdom for today will be simple instructions for life. If ever there was a single verse of Scripture that lays out a brief summary of how Christ followers should live their lives, it is Micah chapter 6, verse 8. Let me read that to you. Know, O people, the Lord has told you what is good, and this is what he requires of you, to do what is right, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with God. These few short phrases contain the blueprint for virtually every conceivable circumstance we could face. I would suggest taking this verse and committing it to memory. Repeat it to yourself throughout each day. Post it where you can easily see it as a reminder. Most importantly, though, is to put it into action. What does the Lord require of you? First, you are to do what is right. Maybe there's a business deal you've been pondering that just does not seem quite fair to the other side. Or maybe you got pulled over for a speeding ticket, and rather than argue with the officer, you humbly accept the ticket. It was, after all, your foot on the gas pedal. What does it mean to love mercy? Mercy is not receiving the judgment that we actually deserve. Mercy is what God shows to us every day. So we are to love mercy and then show it to others. Maybe your spouse or teenage child has wrecked the car. Maybe your child failed an important test. You are to show mercy because you have been shown mercy by God. And finally, walk humbly with your God. Everything you have ever accomplished has been by God's good pleasure. On the flip side of that coin, he has carried you through every dark moment that you have ever experienced. Through the good times and the bad, God has lovingly been there with you and for you. Think of how incredible this really is. Really, the only way that we can do anything at all is by his grace. So humility is always the proper attitude. Micah chapter 6, verse 8 is a beautiful verse and a great way to live your life. You will stand out from the noise of society if you do what is right, love mercy, and walk humbly with God. When our lives teach the truths of this verse in action and deed, others will be ashamed to not have anything bad to say about us. We will be the shining light in the midst of a dark world. As the Apostle Paul wrote to his apprentice Titus in Titus chapter 2, verse 8, teach the truth so that your teaching can't be criticized. Then those who oppose us will be ashamed and have nothing bad to say about us. And that's a wrap for today's question. Join us again next Friday for another question on our Ask Gramps episode. Our next trek will be Meditation Monday, where we will help you to reflect on what is most important in life. So encourage your friends and family to join us and to come along with us on Monday for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. If you'd like to listen to any of the past 1,227 daily treks or read the associated journals, they are all available at wisdom-trek.com. And I encourage you to subscribe to Wisdom Trek on your favorite podcast player so that each day will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward. Enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you on Monday.